Kyle quit the band. So this song is kind of involved. It's got a lot of different chords and changes between the chords, but the good thing is every chord in this song has the same shape as far as how you're holding your fingers in a shape on the fretboard. So we want to first dig into what the shape is. It's a power chord, which you'll find in a lot of music that you're gonna play, and you'll see in one way or another these power chords. Now it's different from an open chord, so maybe like a C or a D has open notes in it. This power chord shape has it's just on 3 strings, and none of the notes are open, they're all held down on the fretboard. So use your first finger as a guide here, because we're going to be moving this shape around, mainly on the dots, but to different parts of the fretboard. And so your first finger is going to be your guide for where you want this shape to be. And these other fingers, these other 2 fingers, are going to follow right along with it. So I've also got my middle finger here. It may look like I'm holding down on the fretboard. I've just got it here for comfort, so it's not tucked under the fretboard like that. So we'll start 7th fret. This is the first chord of the song, and we'll call it B. Now this isn't about memorizing the notes of the fretboard, it's just memorizing a couple different spots, and that can lead to kind of linking things together and thinking about the whole fretboard, but that's not really what we're going for here. We just want to know these couple different spots. So B, 7th fret. First finger's on the low E string. Your 3rd finger, your ring finger, is going to be on the A string on the 9th fret, so you've got a gap of a fret in between here. Then your pinky is on the D string. So that gives us our B power chord. We start the song out by hitting that once and counting 4 beats, so it's a full bar just holding that chord. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4. On the first beat of the next bar, we want to be on the next chord, the A chord. So to get there, we'll slide back down to A, which is on the 5th fret. Same shape, same distance between your first finger and your 3rd and 4th. 2, 3, 4. So that's how the song starts, is with those 2 chords. B, 3, then A. 2, 3, 4. Just moving that same shape down from B to A. Now we're going to split a bar in half by playing our next chord for 2 beats, and then we'll go back to the B chord, or to the A chord for 2 beats. So here we're taking this shape a string higher. So where you were at for B on the 7th fret, bring each finger 1 string higher to a thinner string. So your first finger now is on the A string, 3rd finger is on the D string, 4th finger's on G string. So here, you want to be careful to try not to hit your low E. Even in this case, it doesn't sound that bad. But just as a rule, you want to try to only hit these 3 strings to get just those 3 to ring out, and no extra strings, like even though that sounds good in this case. But like if I move it down here, we're getting sounds that we don't really want in there. So E, 2, then A, 4, B. It goes by kind of quick there. This is a first quick change from E down to A. So we're moving down to the 5th fret, but also going a string lower with our whole shape. So this is great practice just in moving that shape and keeping it all as a unit. Your first finger's kind of picking where you want to go, what fret you want to land on. These other 2 fingers are falling right in line on the fret 2 spaces up. So we've got E, A, B, 2, 3, 4. So that's the top 2 lines of the page that I'll share with you, that we can see the B 3 slash marks for the 4 full beats of that bar, then A, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, A, 4, B, 2, 3, 4. So really sticking to that 4 beats per bar makes everything really line up nice. That's the first part there. So our first riff is B, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E, A, 4, B, 2, 3. Now that's the part there we want to talk about. So on the chart I've got written above that last bar, B, a little bit of tablature, 8, 9, 8. So those are the two notes we want. So you can get to that from this shape here. You can lift off and make sure your middle finger is on your G string. So your 8th fret on the G. Now use your 3rd finger. After you pluck that note, make sure it's ringing out. And put your 3rd finger down without picking again. And that's a hammer on. So after you do that, lift your 3rd finger and play the 8th fret again. So you got, and sometimes you can get away with just a hammer on and a pull off, just using the momentum you have and pull that 3rd finger off, like, but in this case, you may find that you want to do a hammer on and then hit your note again, just like that. So that happens after the first full line of music. The next line is same thing. Be misunderstandings, didn't understand. Doesn't matter, we're back together again. La 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 la. So same chords there, kind of a little box that we're working in here. Now, let's go to the 3rd line. It starts with F sharp. Now again, this isn't about memorizing where F sharp is on the note, on the fretboard in relation to the other notes and everything. That kind of comes later after playing with just where F sharp is in this particular song, I guess, if that makes sense. So F sharp will find 2 frets higher on our 9th fret. So remember, your 1st finger is your guide here. So your 1st finger will be on the 9th fret on the A string. Oops. So this really high sounding chord here is our F sharp. So that starts our 3rd line with a full 2 beats actually. So I shouldn't say full, just 2 beats, like F sharp, 2 down to E, 4. So that's the same strings, you're just moving the shape down. When I do that, I try to keep these 2 fingers locked together, and I'll move with my 1st finger as that guide and try to line it all up together instead of feeling like you need to 1, 2, 3 on each chord, which you might do for a while as you're practicing it. That's fine. You just want to think of keeping this whole shape together as best you can. So F sharp, down to E, then to B. So we're going down to B, but quickly doing a change, E to B. So let me do that again here. F sharp, E, B, E, B. So real quick change there, 1 on each beat. And as we go a layer further than this, those 3 strums aren't going to land exactly on the beats, but right now, just for practicing it, just go between those 2 chords, like B, E, B. So F sharp, E, B, E, B. And then again, E, B, E, B. So it does that twice in a row. The F sharp, E, then B, E, B. You can even, if you really want to dig into this and practice just where your 1st finger goes, that can be really helpful in remembering where these spots are on the neck. So for this, we could go F sharp, just your 1st finger on that 9th fret, down to 7, and then B, E, B. And then you can put your full chord back. Work it like that.